What's going on, guys? It is Strohs here and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be discussing my own personal opinion about the Black Ops 4 beta and comparing it to how the community overall feels about this beta. As a disclaimer, this video is my own personal opinion, so if you have a differing opinion or you don't like what you're hearing from me, feel free to leave your own opinion in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get into my opinion. So I play Call of Duty in a majority of my games on Xbox. It is my preferred platform and where a lot of my friends play their games too. I did not have access to the first week of the beta, but from what I heard from the players on PS4, it was a complete and total disaster. The game didn't run smooth for the first day of the beta, and the matchmaking took so long. I also heard that the sliding in the game, meaning the way you can maneuver around the map, was way too strong. With that being said, I'd say that this week of the beta has been a bit better than that. Although this week of the beta has been an improvement, I just want to get it out of the way early. I don't think this COD game will be very good. At least from the way the beta runs and plays right now, I don't like it enough to warrant me grinding and playing it for a bunch of hours like I have with various other COD games. That said, I am not the best multiplayer guy. As a matter of fact, the gameplay you are seeing right now on screen right now is one of my better games from this beta. I believe I went 30-10 in this game. I am known as being more of a zombies kind of guy, but I still feel as though the game's multiplayer is extremely bad for the most part. First of all, the gameplay feels so much slower than a typical COD game. Call of Duty has been known for being a first-person arcade shooter where you can just sit down, relax, and play. For this game, you almost have to be sweating the entire time in order to stand a chance. I feel as though that tactical vibe that they were going for in this game hasn't really worked the way they wanted it to. The gameplay doesn't feel very tactical or even fun. It's pretty much just normal COD with a slower time to kill and people head glitching everything that possibly exists. I feel as though in the game's current build, the time to kill is just way too slow for a COD game. You shouldn't have to put 6+ shots into an enemy to kill them. Along with that, one of the things that you can unlock and create a class is additional body armor, which puts you almost to 200 health. The guns all feel weak because of this extremely slow time to kill, and overall it's just not very enjoyable. Switching things up, I feel as though the maps are kind of a toss-up for me. I feel like there isn't that one map that really wows me like in other CODs in this build. There isn't a map that just feels like an instant classic like Rust, Nuketown, Firing Range, or Hijacked. I'd say that the best map in my opinion is Contraband, and even though that map isn't very fun to play at sometimes. On the other side of the spectrum, there are maps like Gridlock, which is what this game plays on right now. And I absolutely despise this map even though I had a really good game on it. Gridlock has absolutely no flow to it, and a majority of the action takes place in the center of the map where there are just too many head glitches. The map in this game feels like absolutely horrible. It feels like Infinite Warfare, to be brutally honest. Another thing that is just a complete turnoff for me in the multiplayer beta is the Specialist. They are way too strong right now. The Specialist abilities and weapons make me just so angry. These things single-handedly ruin the beta for me. For instance, let's look at Ajax Kit. He has a 9-bang as his Specialist ability, and it unlocks super quick. He can throw it in the room and literally blind anyone. For his main ability, he has the Extended Shield. When I first heard about this ability, I was like, oh, so it's like Montaigne from Rainbow Six Siege. Then I played with him and realized that you can literally shoot through your shield with it extended. You need at least 3 people in order to flank and kill this guy. That's broken. Another broken Specialist is Firebreak. Why is his Specialist ability a reactor core radiation canister thing that allows you to kill people on the site through walls? I just don't understand this guy. Also, his Purifier is even better than it was in BO3. Lastly, I want to talk about Torque. This guy is the most annoying Specialist to fight against. He has a razor wire which slows you down, and he will even kill you with it if you get trapped in it for too long. You can shoot the razor wire to get rid of it, but it takes like almost 60 shots to destroy it. Another way you can get rid of it is with a frag, but guess what? Frags don't unlock until like level 30 for some reason in the beta. His primary ability is the Barricade. This is pretty much like a mobile head glitch that slowly kills you like a Guardian from BO2 and BO3 if you stand in front of it. I can't see why Treyarch thinks that these abilities are okay. The last negative thing that I am going to point out in this video is just how bad the servers are. I don't know if it's just an Xbox problem, but it literally takes me an entire minute to load into a game. The game will be loading and I will see the map preview image, and that little bar on the bottom of the screen will take hours to completely finish and load me in. Along with loading in issues, there have been so many problems with hit detection and just server stability. I shouldn't be running at 40 FPS in a COD game. That's just unacceptable. With all that out of the way, there are a few saving qualities that I think that this beta can have potential in. The greatest thing about this beta are hands down the two new game modes. I'm a huge fan of Heist. Heist is pretty much like CSGO and Call of Duty mixed, and I'm a huge fan of that. Along with Heist, there's also Control. Control is like Hardpoint and Search and Destroy mixed. Pretty much you have attackers and defenders, and you have to capture the two hardpoints on the map before time runs out, or before you run out of lives. Your team gets 30 lives to start out with, and you can either win by capturing both sites or killing off the enemy team's 30 lives. These are the two game modes are the greatest innovations of this beta, and I'm extremely excited to play them during the actual build of the game. Another good thing about this game is the kill streaks. I heard during the first weekend that they weren't really worth the work to get them. Well, although some of them are very hard to acquire, I think that the kill streaks are a solid part of the game. However, this is something that I come to expect from Treyarch, as they typically create the best kill streaks out of the developers for COD. The one thing that has been polarizing the community is the new health system. I am fine with the idea of having to heal yourself manually as opposed to health regen, although I think it's a bad thing that this time to kill is just so slow in this game. Overall, I kind of have mixed emotions about the new health system. Now it's time to address the elephant in the room. Is Call of Duty Black Ops 4 a game that is worth buying for $60+? As of right now, I would say the multiplayer is not worth that much. I am pretty unhappy with the current state of the beta. I, however, am very excited for Zombies and the Blackout modes. Although the recent leaks say that Blackout isn't going to be very good, as it only has 64 players. I feel as though Activision has intervened too much in designing this COD's multiplayer. I really hope that Treyarch can make some changes to this multiplayer better, because as of right now, I don't see much potential in this game, and the state of the multiplayer isn't very good. With all that said, I'm still extremely excited for what Jason Blundell and Craig Houston are going to do for Zombies, but I'm not a huge fan of this multiplayer beta. With all that said, if my opinion helped you to sway in any way in buying the game, then leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss more content from me when it comes out. I hope you all have fantastic days, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.